Yeah, you read the title correctly. The Chicago Blackhawks were lucky to win Lord Stanley this year. But before we get into that, let's talk about how they were able to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 6. It came down to several factors. One, I thought the Chicago Blackhawks were more composed. They didn't have as many silly penalties. That tripping penalty at the end of the game against Desjardins I thought was iffy at best. But the Tampa Bay Lightning, they just had some poor penalties. All their penalties were just poor. You have to penalty kill. It takes you out of the flow of the game. And one of many things that Chicago Blackhawks are adept at is they can seize the momentum from a team. And that's part of their championship pedigree. And you saw that specifically in the third period. Another factor that I thought allowed the Chicago Blackhawks to win this game is that they finally did what I thought they needed to do to win this game and the series. They crashed the net with fervor and they shot to shoot. They shot for rebounds. They didn't shoot to score. And you saw that on Duncan Keith's goal. He shot, got a big juicy rebound. Nobody stopped him from crashing the net. And guess what? He buried it. Also, and this is more of a fact, this may be more of a factor of Corey Crawford, but I give it 50-50 because the Tampa Bay Lightning were not able to bury golden scoring opportunities. They had so many opportunities at point blank range. Stamkos had opportunities. Callahan had opportunities. Filppula had opportunities. And a myriad of other players had opportunities, and they weren't able to bury the puck. Now, part of that is due to Corey Crawford having a great game/series. But when you're major goal scorers like that, you got to bury those opportunities. And after a while, that kind of creeps in your mind like, man, I can't score on this dude. And I don't know if that was a factor, but I think maybe it was. Now that we get how Chicago Blackhawks beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in Game 6, let's get to how they were lucky. You Blackhawks were lucky because my Los Angeles Kings weren't in there. And everybody who watches hockey knows that is a major rivalry brewing in the NHL now. Whoever wins that series between my Los Angeles Kings and the Chicago Blackhawks, everybody knows they're going to win the Stanley Cup, which has been true for the last couple of years. So consider yourself lucky, Chicago. Enjoy it. Now, I know what most of you guys are thinking. Well, one, your team didn't make it. They weren't even in the playoffs. They were watching us win Lord Stanley. And you're just bitter because your team couldn't make the playoffs and you had to watch us win. And you know what I say to those people? You're absolutely right. It sickens me how I have to watch the Chicago Blackhawks win a trophy that was rightfully ours. But we didn't finish the year off strong. We lost some games that we shouldn't have lost, and we didn't make the playoffs. And yes, we have to watch you guys hoist Lord Stanley. But I tell you this, Chicago, enjoy your moment. Enjoy your cigars. Enjoy your champagne. Because come next year, the Los Angeles Kings will be revitalized. Will be motivated to reclaim what's rightfully ours. Lord Stanley belongs in Los Angeles, not in Chicago. Not in Chicago. So, drink hardy, party hardy, travel the world with Lord Stanley. But don't lose it, because come next year, we're reclaiming what's rightfully ours. And then finally, the Los Angeles Kings will be the ones drinking champagne out of Lord Stanley. We will be the ones smoking fine cigars. And we will be the ones reigning supremely over the NHL. But until then, I just have one thing to say to all you Chicago fans and all you Chicago Blackhawk players. Congratulations, champions.